Like if you look at the physiography of India, there can be several questions, direct and indirect. Role of physiography in regional disparity. Role of physiography in cultural variation, its impact on internal security, its impact on tourism, resource distribution, water resource, mineral resource, forest resource. Well, how physiography is different from topography? Physiography is physical features, right? Topography is the minor features of that, right? In physiography, that's the holistic picture of that. For example, we divide India into 5 physiographic regions. So that is Himalayas or the northern mountains is one physiography, northern plain. Now there are huge amount of intra-regional variation in northern plain also. The same is there in the Himalaya also, northern mountains also. Same is true about Peninsular Plateau also. So this variation in that produces a lot of small features. So when you go into the minute detail of that small feature, that's topography, right? Physiography is a bigger term. Landscape is a much bigger term in comparison to that. When we talk about landscape, then we talk about physical features plus various human activities associated with that. India, we have 5 major physiographic divisions. That includes northern mountains, then we have Peninsular Plateau, then we have northern plains, then we have coastal plains, then we have the islands with lot of intra-regional variations, right? Northern mountain includes Trans-Himalayan mountain, for example Karakurum, Ladakh range, Kailash range, these 2 in India and this is in Nepal. Then we have a Himalayan mountain or Himalayan system that includes Great Himalaya, that is north to south, and we have Middle Himalaya, and then we have Lower Himalaya, Lesser Himalaya. This is also called, middle is called lower also. Lesser Himalaya, and this is also called Shivalik. Then Peninsular Plateau, obviously the outer boundary starts from Aravalli range, we'll look at it in the atlas. Then northern plains made by Indus system, Ganga system and Brahmaputra system. The largest is Ganga system in India. Indus system is basically western plain. Ganga is the real northern plain, the central plain, and Brahmaputra is Assam plain in India. Coastal plain we have eastern coastal plain and western coastal plain. islands, the Andaman Nicobar, then we have Lakshadweep. Tectonic in nature, coral reef. Okay. Now look at the map of India. Just first have a glimpse of it. Political. Do you remember the coastal states in sequential order? Now look at the sequential order. Starting from Tamil Nadu, we'll go upward. Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Orissa. Atlas देखो अभी. Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Orissa, West Bengal, then Assam, Meghalaya, Assam, Tripura, Mizoram, Manipur, Nagaland, Arunachal Pradesh. Look at the relative length of the coast of these states which are sharing its boundary with Bay of Bengal, and the relative length of border with Bangladesh and Myanmar, and the states which is sharing its border with Bangladesh and Myanmar. 5 states having boundary with Bangladesh and 4 with Myanmar. Arunachal Pradesh, Nagaland, Manipur, Mizoram with Myanmar. Mizoram, Tripura, Assam, Meghalaya, West Bengal with Bangladesh. चलिए ट्राई करते हैं हम लोग. तमिलनाडु, आंध्र प्रदेश, उड़ीसा, वेस्ट बंगाल, आसाम, मेघालय, असम, त्रिपुरा, मिजोरम, मणिपुर, नागालैंड, अरुणाचल प्रदेश. अरुणाचल प्रदेश, नागालैंड, मणिपुर, मिजोरम, त्रिपुरा, असम, मेघालय, असम, वेस्ट बंगाल, उड़ीसा, आंध्र प्रदेश, कर्नाटका यहाँ कहाँ से ले आए? तमिलनाडु, आंध्र प्रदेश, उड़ीसा, वेस्ट बंगाल, असम, मेघालय, असम, त्रिपुरा, मिजोरम, मणिपुर, नागालैंड, अरुणाचल प्रदेश. अरुणाचल प्रदेश, नागालैंड, अरुणाचल प्रदेश. रिपीट विथ मी राइट नाउ. अरुणाचल प्रदेश, नागालैंड, मणिपुर, मिजोरम, त्रिपुरा, असम, मेघालय, असम, वेस्ट बंगाल, उड़ीसा, आंध्र प्रदेश, तमिलनाडु. तमिलनाडु, आंध्र प्रदेश, उड़ीसा, वेस्ट बंगाल, असम, मेघालय, अगेन असम, त्रिपुरा, मिजोरम, मणिपुर, नागालैंड, अरुणाचल प्रदेश. अरुणाचल प्रदेश, नागालैंड, मणिपुर, मिजोरम, त्रिपुरा, असम, मेघालय, असम, वेस्ट बंगाल, उड़ीसा, आंध्र प्रदेश, तमिलनाडु. तमिलनाडु, आंध्र प्रदेश, असम, नागालैंड, अरुणाचल प्रदेश. बैक. नागालैंड, मणिपुर, गुड. आगे बढ़ो and towards China and this thing. Starting from Arunachal Pradesh, look at the states sharing its boundary with Bhutan. Arunachal Pradesh, Assam, West Bengal and Sikkim. Right, in that order. Arunachal Pradesh, Assam, West Bengal and Sikkim. The states sharing its boundary with Nepal. Sikkim, West Bengal, Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, Uttarakhand. Right, 5 states with Nepal, 4 states with Bhutan. Right. Then again look at China, starting from Arunachal Pradesh, Sikkim, Uttarakhand, Himachal, Jammu and Kashmir. 5 states with China. Shall we'll try it. Arunachal Pradesh, Assam, West Bengal, Sikkim, Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Himachal, Jammu and Kashmir. J&K, Himachal, Uttarakhand, UP, Bihar, West Bengal, Sikkim, Assam, Arunachal Pradesh. Arunachal Pradesh, Assam, West Bengal, Sikkim, Bihar, UP, UK, Himachal, J&K. J&K, Himachal, UK, UP, Bihar, West Bengal, Sikkim, Assam, Arunachal Pradesh. Arunachal Pradesh, Assam, West Bengal, Sikkim, Bihar, UP, Uttarakhand, Himachal, J&K. J&K, Himachal, Uttarakhand, UP, Bihar, असम, अरुणाचल प्रदेश. ठीक है, देख लीजिए एक बार. द लेंथ ऑफ द बॉर्डर विथ चाइना, विच इज द लॉन्गेस्ट. नेपाल also. It's open. We'll have a bit of discussion about the physiography also. Northern mountains. Obviously, the Trans-Himalayan mountain is separated from the main Himalayas with one side Indus, another side Sangpo, what we call in our country Brahmaputra. So let's like Mansarovar Lake, Brahmaputra, Indus, Trans-Himalaya, Himalaya. This is the general boundary of that. Why it is this? Because that is the suture zone, that's the zone of connection between the continent-continent collision and Tethys-continent collision, ocean-continent collision. So among this we have Karakurum. The highest peak of Karakurum is K2, and that's also known as Godwin-Austen. That is the highest peak of India, right? Then if you look at Karakurum, look at the position of Karakurum. You have a good number of glaciers there. The largest one is Siachen, in which you have K2, Godwin-Austen. Siachen is the largest glacier outside polar world. The largest glacier on the surface of the earth outside polar area is Siachen Glacier. Then we have few of the glaciers you can locate on Baifo, Baltoro, Hispar, Batura. 4 major glaciers other than Siachen in Karakoram range. You can see the regional part, atlas, where Jammu and Kashmir exclusively is given. Jammu and Kashmir and some of the other states, is given. Better given in Oxford. You can see that. And right there you have some tributaries of Indus. Gilgit, Hunza, Shyok. Gilgit and Hunza in POK, and Shyok comes from the east side. That is the longest right bank tributary of Indus, Shyok. You can see portion of Aksai Chin as well. Soda Plain. It's in Tibetan Plateau. No, it's Aksai Chin. Part of Aksai Chin, northeastern portion of Jammu and Kashmir. Soda Plain. Nanga Parvat. Indus make the deepest gorge of the world here. Nanga Parvat. Look at the 5 major tributaries of Indus passing through India from north to south. Which is the northernmost tributary? Mac. Indus. Chenab or Jhelum? झेलम, उसके बाद चेनाब. श्रीनगर के पास से कौन सी नदी बहती है? चेनाब. जम्मू के पास से कौन सी नदी बहती है? चेनाब. तो नॉर्थ में कौन हो गया? इतना सोचने की क्या बात है? झेलम, चेनाब, रावी, ब्यास, सतलज. That's sequential order from north to south, right? And that we have Indus Water Treaty between India and Pakistan signed in 1960. Hispar, Batura, all are glaciers. Karakurum range, major glaciers of Karakurum range. So if you look at Indus Water Treaty, just a bit of glimpse. The detail will be discussed later on. 1960, India and Pakistan with the mediation of World Bank. Three west flowing rivers or 3 western rivers to Pakistan. The right to use the water goes to Pakistan. What are those western? Indus, Jhelum and Chenab. And then 3 eastern rivers. Yes, Ravi, Byas and Satluj. The right to use water is with India. Then you have a lot of technical aspect associated with it, whether dam construction and use of water, the run of the river and all projects. That will be discussed in water resource. Look at the dams. Baglihar Dam is on which dam? Which river? Chenab. Tulbul. Which river passes through Wular Lake? Yes. Each dam, generally, especially the bigger dams, are multi-purpose dam. But the basic 2 purpose, which will be the objective of that, is irrigation as well as hydroelectricity generation. Right? Each dam has an area up till which it can irrigate, or each irrigation project has a limited area up till which it can irrigate. That's called command area of the project. Command area is the area commanded by or served by any irrigation project. That's what we have, command area development program. It's one of the important planning unit it may be. Then command area less than 2000 hectares, minor irrigation project. 2 to 6000 hectares, medium irrigation project. 2 to 10,000, sorry. More than 10,000 hectares, major irrigation project. Minor, medium and major irrigation project. Rohit, hope you are clear about that. Huh? Dams may be different types, earthen dam, concrete dam. That's a different issue altogether. So this is the area of command area. Minor irrigation project, major irrigation and medium irrigation project.
Modern day dams are generally multi-purpose.
No, like the multi-purpose dams are basically what you call big projects. But there are a lot of environmental negative impact on the environment associated with big dams. So most of the intellectuals and most of the people have started discouraging that. So you go for minor irrigation project, minor project, because primary goal for this is electricity generation and irrigation. So if we go for minor irrigation project, that is smaller dams, you have multiple benefits. You don't, electricity parlance, you don't lose lot of electricity in energy in transmission, because transmission loss is there, right? And if it is far distant, then you have to, investment is very high, initial investment is very high, and very often it is associated with time and cost overrun. So small project is nowadays more preferred as compared to the medium and big projects. A small project can be constructed anywhere, even relatively a small stream also, which can serve the purpose of the nearby area. Big project has to have a much bigger market. So lot of loss of during the way and storage and transmission. So it is preferred nowadays to have minor project. In the early stages of our development, we went for multi-purpose project, but nowadays more for minor irrigation projects. Now look at the Himalayan ranges, Great Himalaya, especially starting with Zaskar range. Zaskar, Pir Panjal, Dhauladhar, Mussoorie range, Great, Middle and Lower Himalaya. Pir Panjal, Dhauladhar, Mussoorie range, Nag Tibba range. Mussoorie extension of that in Nepal is Nag Tibba range. नाग तिब्बा नेपाल में है, वो दिखेगा नहीं. कैलाश रेंज इज एक्सटेंशन ऑफ काराकोरम के लाइन में है, दैट कर्व होगा.